following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Hey everyone, and welcome to 50 Shades of Bullshit. I'm your host, Christine Lalonde, and this is the podcast where we uncover the truth about online dating. Now let's begin. Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. I'm Christine, your host.
And I'm Gabby, your co-host.
Hi, how are you doing this week, Gabby?
Oh, just living the dream. How about you, my dear?
Good. I feel like I haven't talked to you very much this week, and it sucks.
I know. It looks like someone got their hair did. Looking good.
You like it? You like it? Got some more blue in there?
Uh-huh.
Got the matching nails?
Oh, see, you got to match.
Last week they were falling off, so I was kind of hiding my hands. This week they look pretty, so, So today we're doing something a little different. We're doing our very first listener stories episode, and I'm very excited about it. So we're not having any special guest on. It's just Gabby and I shooting the shit and, knocking some things around. So we're having a good time. Today we're going to read some letters that came in and to our email. And I'm just going to, say that some of these stories are going to freak you out. They're so good. Are you there, Gabby? Oh, I think we have a little bit technical difficulties on Gabby. She seems to be frozen. So until Gabby can get back in, I have to say that I got some really great stories that came in this week, and they were so good. I can't wait to share them with you. So I'm hoping that Gabby gets back on here really quickly so that she can hear some of these, because she's going to be sad if she misses them. All right. Well, I guess I can say that my dating week this week went pretty good. I was going to share this stuff with Gabby, but I'll just share it with you guys. I reconnected with somebody that I connected with about 4 or 5 years ago, and he was not ready for anything then. He had just gotten out of a divorce, and here it is 4 or 5 years later, and he's back in the swing of things and is on the same page as me now. So we are reconnecting, so that's pretty exciting. We'll keep you posted on how that goes. But in the meantime, I'm going to start with our first story. Our first story is called Swiped Right, but It Went Left. It starts with, "Hello, 50 Shades of Bullshit. Love the name of the show, and thank you for making me laugh and feel like I'm not alone in this crappy dating department. Being the knight in shining armor on Tinder can sometimes be a wet blanket. I finally saw a girl I liked and chatted her up. She seemed funny, practical, and she had a certain quality about her. The best part, though, were her eyes, her beautiful gray eyes. After a week of chatting on the app, we decided to turn virtual reality into real life and decided to meet at Starbucks. Those Starbucks meetings, I'm telling you. I got there 15 minutes early and waited, my eyes glued to the door the whole time. I saw people coming and going, but I did not see my gray-eyed beauty. About 5 minutes later, a rather gauche girl comes up to me smiling. 'Hi, I'm Allison,' she said. I took it all in. Wait, it says, it took me all of a minute to realize that this was my gray-eyed beauty? Question mark. At the risk of sounding completely superficial, she looked nothing like she did on the app. Quite the opposite. In fact, she didn't even have gray eyes. Oh, bummer. Before you judge me, know this. Apparently, Allison used a Snapchat filter on every single one of her pictures. Oh my God, let that be a lesson. So imagine my surprise when I found myself looking at a complete stranger that I had never seen, much less be attracted to. I asked her to get herself a coffee and then I left. Oh my God. And then I left when she was waiting in line. No regrets about that. I don't blame you, dude. Keep up the great show, Ash. Oh, poor guy. And I'm sad Gabby missed that one. I'm going to have to email that to her later. Let's see. I have another one here. Hopefully, Gabby can get back on soon. All right. This one's titled Strip Poker. Ooh, it's starting out good. Okay. Hello, 50 Shades. Loving the show and all the advice as well as the laughs. Sandy from episode 1 is my low key hero. Oh, geez. Tell me about it. She's mine too. Okay. So the letter goes on to say, so my dating story isn't about someone from a dating app. There was a new guy at my work and was kind of cool. So I invited him to a house party with my closest friends. Now we like to drink and play games, and we play strip poker all the time. This night we were playing strip poker with this new guy, and this dude I invited from work literally takes his pants off first and his underwear second. He had his dick out the first time we hung out and in front of all of my friends with his shirt still on. Oh my God. That's a picture. He tells everyone it was the only way he played because he's no pussy. Okay. My friends were confused. I was mortified that I brought this total weirdo ass to a party. We weren't even drunk, and it was only the second game. So, anyway, we've been together for 5 years now and got married in July. Oh my God. Love the show and keep it real. Yes. Samantha. Well, thank you, Samantha. That was an awesome story. I cannot with that one. But yes, let's do keep it real. Thank you for sharing that with us. And this is the time that Gabby was going to tell one of her stories that came in for her. And I just cannot believe she's not back yet. Something must be going on. So that's what happens when we're live. There's no fixie. So here we go. I'll just do the next one. This one's titled Narrow Tinder Escape. Okay, here we go. Hello, Christine and Gabby. Really liking the show. Yay, thank you. We love that. I'm so happy I found it, and so are we, quite frankly. We didn't know if anybody was listening, so we're hoping that y'all are still finding us. All right. She says, I'm so happy I found it. Makes me feel like I'm alone. I'm not alone in this crazy dating world. Yeah, sister, you are not. I met a guy on Tinder one time because his dog was cute. Okay, I get that. After talking for a while, we decided to go on our first date to walk around the dog park. The date went well. No red flags that I can point out. That's good. Definitely love his dog. Nothing too remarkable about the date. All right, sounds good so far. After the date, though, he continued to text me. And then he started sending me pictures of really close up face shots of himself. This is funny. With captions like, how cute am I from 1 to 10? Oh my good Lord. Of course, I ignored those. And then this proceeded to piss him off. He went on to call me a stuck up bitch and threatened to kill me and make my daughter watch me bleed out. What the actual fuck? I told him off And then he asked me for the $5 back for the cookie he bought me on our one and only date. Then he asked if I wanted to see a movie with him. What the holy hell of psycho is this guy? Girl, I'm with you. Also, while on the date, he continually touched my face and would make comments about how nice my skin was. Oh my God. And how my body was nice for a mom. And my hips were perfect for pregnancy. To this day, I think I narrowly escaped being a lampshade in his mom's basement by a nose hair. You know it. Oh my God, there's several times I've felt the same way. She says, I never talked to him again. No shit. Thank God. Thank you for listening to my story and keep it real. Oh, I love it when they pick up the keep it real, Monica. Well, Monica, thank you. I'm really glad you're not a lampshade in his mother's basement. I actually had a situation one time where I went on a date with somebody who I actually had gone out a couple times with, and went back to his place for drinks and movie, and it just went all bad. And I thought for sure he was going to lock me up and make me stay forever and, put the lotion in the basket kind of moment. So we're grateful you're all right, Monica. And thank you for sending your story in. So I'm really going to have to kick Gabby's ass. I don't know what's going on, but super frustrating. I'll tell you this, I do not like doing the show alone. This is fucking weird. So I guess we'll see how this continues to go. Hoping and praying that y'all don't have to just talk or hear me talk the rest of the time, because that would suck. All right. So I have this other one. This one's another short one. This one's really funny. I kind of read through this one already. So this is great. It's titled Unexpected Kinky Date. Yeah, this one made me gag a few times. And then I thought, oh, it's a good thing I read through it so I could keep my composure when we're actually on air. So this one's called Unexpected Kinky Date. Hello, 50 Shades of Bullshit. I stumbled across your podcast and I'm getting some great tips and some relief to know I'm not alone. Seems to be everybody's mantra today. I'm not alone. I'm not alone. Okay, so my date was a guy I knew through mutual friends, and I finally agreed to meet up with him. We decided to drive around for about an hour, just talking and getting to know each other. It was going well, so we pulled off to a place that had a great view of the night sky and started making out. Romantic, right? Right. All right. She says, well, he then leaned in and whispered to me, would you pee in my mouth with a funnel? I'm sorry. I'm laughing this time and I'm not gagging, which is pleasant for you. Oh my God. Luckily, she goes on to say, luckily, right at that moment, my cousin texted me and I said I had to leave. So I drove him back to his car as quickly as I could, making as much small talk as possible while freaking out the entire way, hoping he wouldn't press me for an answer. When he got out of the car, he turned and asked me, how much do I usually pee, so he could buy me a funnel at the store? I'm sorry. Oh my God, I think I would pee my pants right then. I blocked him as soon as he walked away. Thank you for reading my bizarre tale, the initial J. I just cannot. I have no words. I know that Gabby would have words if that bitch was here. I do not know what's going on. It's literally driving me nuts. So, hi, looks like you just have me today. All right. Well, I'm going to be blowing through these stories so fast, and I'm a little concerned about how I'm going to keep winging this, but I guess we'll see. Actually, let me see here. This could be quite interesting. Maybe what I can do is go to my phone and call her and see if I can get her back and see what's going on. So here we go. We're going to try this little experiment and see where this girl is. Here we go. Live in action. This shit is awesome. Oh my God.
Hi.
What's going on?
My internet totally died or dropped. It's down in the entire building.
Oh, well, guess what?
I'm on speaker.
Yes. You missed a couple of my really good stories because I was just winging it, and I'll share them with you after, which totally sucks because you missed some really good ones.
I'm so bummed. I have some good ones too. I had some really, really great messages from people who listen to the show.
Well, do you have them printed out so you can read them?
I do.
Okay.
So this is one. 50 Shades of Bullshit. I've got some crazy stories. Love listening to your show. Where do I begin? Haha. So I was chatting with a guy from a dating app. He was a physician who recently from out of state to an hour. He was out of state and he was about an hour away from me. After chatting for several days, we agreed to meet for dinner halfway. I suggested various restaurants, but he didn't like this. I didn't get that, blah, blah. Finally agreed to one after looking at it online. A more expensive one. Wow. Okay, I thought. So we meet. He talked about his ex-wife and how she milked him for money, spent too much, etc. Said he didn't pay child support as he's buying everything anyways.
Oh, wait a minute. So this douche is a dad and he's not paying child support. This is the best already.
Yep. She goes, parentheses, what? Parentheses. The bill comes. It sits there. Meanwhile, he gets up to go to the bathroom. Gone a while. Finally comes back. Doesn't sit down. Rather slides the bill in front of me and says, you can get this one, I'll get the next. And leaves.
No.
She said, I was shocked and was like, okay, this was a first date, so not impressed. I should have said, don't worry, there won't be a next one. And yes, he messaged me after.
Wow.
Wanting to go out again. I don't think so, dude.
Oh my God. Gabby, did I ever tell you about the time that I was talking to this guy and he invited me to lunch? And when I got to the restaurant, he was talking about how his mother was watching his son and that she hadn't been feeling good. So he needed to take the call if she called. And I was like, yeah, cool, no big deal. So he orders food. And then in the middle of eating, he orders more for himself. He orders an extra order. And I was like, what? Okay, I don't care. The guy's hungry. So he before the second set of food came for him, he says, oh, I'm getting called from my mom. I'll be right back. I'm just going to step out and take it. He stepped out to take it, and I could see him talking on the phone outside the door. And then I just am sitting there and I'm eating. And a few minutes later, I look up and I don't see him. And 10 minutes go by, 15 minutes go by. And next thing you know, I'm thinking, where the mother hell is this guy? I get up and I realize he left.
Shut up.
Yep, he left. And I was so embarrassed. I was dying. I just knew that everybody there knew that he'd done this to me. He dined and ditched on me. And then I was so embarrassed about this. I didn't want to talk about it to anybody. And then I find out this dude did it to hundreds of women all over LA and they caught him. Can you believe that?
No.
At least this dude that this girl told us about had the balls to tell her. I mean, it was shitty, but at least he told her and didn't just ditch. I mean, that was the worst. Oh my
You can
God.
get this one, I'll get the next. No, motherfucker. This is the first date. No.
No.
Like, I am all about like equal rights, and I know these guys like, will spend a lot of money kind of on dates, but this is your first impression, and I'm a little old-fashioned.
Yeah.
So a first date, yeah, you're paying. If you say let's split it or you slide it to me, just know there will not be a next time. It tells me about you.
That's
But
not
I am
okay.
that type of girl. Second date, third date. Like, there was a second date I went on with a guy. We had a great time. I bought all the drinks. And he's like, really? We went bowling. He bought the bowling. And I was like, look, drinks are on me. And he's like, really? And I'm like, yeah. Like, you bought dinner last time. Like, let's have a good time.
Right.
You know what I mean? But first date.
That's crazy.
Mm-mm.
That's crazy.
And I mean, like, this is also a thing for our listeners. Like, it's like, why am I going to go to dinner? It's like, that's why people go for coffee or for drinks. Or,
right.
For something a little, go for a walk, like, go, because of shit like this. Like,
yeah.
I mean, granted, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what this woman does. Like, she might be, really good or, maybe has a lot of money. I have no idea. And neither does this man. But
my God, that's crazy.
What the
well, I have one here. This one's called, oh, by the way, if you guys are just tuning in, Gabby lives in Milwaukee. And is it cold there?
It is balls cold.
Okay. So they lost internet in their building. And Gabby is unable to get back on with us. So she's on speakerphone with us. And we're doing listener stories. So I have one.
It did warm up today.
Yeah?
But it's 12 degrees and it feels like 1 outside. I mean, before it was 6 degrees, it felt like -8.
Nice.
So, I mean, it is warming up, but I apologize to our listeners profusely. I unfortunately have no control over the internet.
What can we do? I got booted off last week. I mean, in the middle of the show. Well, it's a good thing you had someone to talk to. I will say that this is a little tough by myself.
But you look fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good too, but
but you look gorgeous anyway. So here's my next story. This one's short and sweet and funny. This one's called Emotional Catfishing. Okay. Hi, Christine and Gabby. I'm having fun listening to 50 Shades. Hope you read my story. I have a twist on the traditional catfishing. Most of the time, catfishing is people pretending to be a completely other person and you never meet them. Or if you do, you realize their photos aren't who they say they are. Mine is a little different. Okay. I matched with a girl on a dating site who seemed super sweet and chill. I asked her out and we made plans to get dinner at a local burger joint. We meet, and after introductions, she spends an entire hour bitching about how much her life sucks. Oh no. How much she hates school, how annoying her managers how annoying her managers are at work, how crazy her family is, etc., etc. I get that part of dating is revealing your likes and dislikes, but for God's sake, don't be a negative person. Who can't quit complaining? I feel like I have been emotionally catfished. I'd never heard of such a thing. Thankfully, I never heard from her again. Keep up the good work, and I can't wait to hear more episodes, Steve. Well, I like the new term. This is a new term for me, emotional catfishing. I have been there many times. Yeah. Do you you have another one, right? You have a couple?
I do.
Okay.
This is actually I really loved this because it just shows like how diverse our listeners are. This comes from a transgender, it seems like.
Oh.
Female.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, they didn't say where they're from though, but it says, hi everyone. I recently tried to get into the dating game and was pleasantly surprised with the responses I was receiving.
Nice.
I started chatting with this man and we seemed to really hit it off. We would talk. We had met in person twice and really enjoyed each other's company. Then he asked me out again and said, let's meet at this restaurant. Sorry, I'm scrolling as well because it was an email that they sent.
Okay.
There wasn't too many people in this restaurant, but I did see another girl sitting at a table. Didn't think much of it. He came in, gave me a hug and a kiss, and we walked towards that table. This woman looked confused. As did I.
I'm confused.
We sat down at the table, and he proceeds to say that he wants a throuple. He met her on another dating site and wanted to have me and her with him date each other and be with each other. I had no idea this was going on, and from the looks of it, neither did this woman.
Oh my good Lord.
He was very calm and thought that we both were overreacting.
Oh.
Her and I got up, yelled at him, and left. Then we went and got a drink and started talking about other men we've dated.
Oh.
What the fuck?
My God. Well, you know.
Can you imagine going on a date?
No.
Him inviting another person.
No.
On that date.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
And saying, well, I want both of you. Well, what the fuck? Like, I mean, this is a transgender female who's interested in men. And there's another woman there who's interested in men because she's on a dating site.
That's crazy.
I can't even.
I can't even.
The balls.
That's crazy. I have a good one. This one is amazing. You ready for this one?
I am ready.
This one's actually titled Best Buy Date. I love the title. It's brilliant. Okay. Hello, 50 Shades girls. I read that wrong. I need glasses. Hello, 50 Shade Girls. Okay, I got it. I am so happy I found your podcast. For a new show, it's really fun and I'm here for the ride. I have to apologize in advance for a long story, but I needed to give it justice. Hey, never apologize for a long, great story. Okay. My first date with this guy, and he is so cute. He's been fun to text with, asks me to go to a dive bar in his area. I have no problem driving the 20 minutes to get there. Then he texts me and suggests that we meet in the Best Buy parking lot that is right off the freeway so I can follow him to the bar he wants to go to. I tell him I'm fantastic at directions and I can easily use my GPS, but he insists he meet me and I follow. Okay. I'm trying not to think that this is a sign of control and a sign of God knows what. I am trying not to carry the baggage of past failed dates and keep an open mind. You never know. That's right, girl. You never know. As I'm pulling off the freeway and heading into the parking lot, he calls me and says he is stopping to get something to drink and would I like something. Now, I am on the phone with my friend and telling her where I am and who I'm meeting, because always tell someone where you're going, who you're going to be with, because a girl has to be safe. True story, sister. So I asked my friend, when I click back to her, did she think that this was weird or did she think that he was just being nice? We decided it's a little weird because we're going to a bar to have drinks. And why is he stopping for something now? I tell him I don't need anything and that I'm in the parking lot waiting for him. He arrives 5 minutes later. He pulls up next to my car. I wave and smile, and he just sits there in his car. He doesn't do anything. No reaction. Weird. So I get out of the car. Isn't that weird? Okay.
Very weird.
So I get out of my car, and because I'm friendly like that, and approach his thinking he will get out and greet me. He doesn't. Again, weird. He rolls down his window and says, "Hop in for a second so we can chat and then we can go." Are you back? You're back. Gabby's
I'm on
back.
iPhone hotspot, so I'm brilliant.
I did not mean to yell, but I'm so excited to see you.
Me too. I was like, wait, there's a hotspot on my new iPhone. I'm like, okay, great.
You're back. I'm happy. All right. So you got all that so far, right?
Yes.
Okay. So he says, hop in for a second and we can chat and then we can go from there. I honestly don't even think about it. I get in. The minute I get into his SUV, I think, what the fucking hell is wrong with me? I am so way too trusting. I know it's wrong to get in his car. So hold on, I'm trying to fix this so I can read it and see you. Okay, where am I? I am way too trusting. I know it's wrong to get in his car, so I made the mistake for all of you, and you do not need to make the same mistake. She does like 4 exclamation points. We got it, girl. Please learn from me. I was also thinking he is a much smaller guy than what he originally looked like in his pictures, and I can totally kick his ass if he tries anything. Now, I've thought that a time or two myself. Okay. I get in his car and we start talking. He looks absolutely nothing like his pictures. He's not bad looking, but not my type. This is not the man I planned on having a date with. This is not the man I saw. Are you calling me, Gabby? Did you have an issue?
He kicked me out again.
That's okay.
Just don't know. But continue.
We're having a hell of a show today. This is fun shit. This is live, people.
I'm just gonna stay like this.
Okay.
So,
that's fine.
continue.
Where did you hear until?
I have no idea. So if you,
Okay, so I'm just going to go back just a second. I get in his car and we start talking. He looks absolutely nothing like his pictures. He is not bad looking, but not my type. He is not the man I planned on having a date with. This is not the man I saw in his pictures. What's with all this fucking catfishing?
they never are.
He is nice enough and we start to talk. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, but then I'm also thinking, why are we just sitting here and why aren't we going to the bar that I drove all the way up here for? Next thing, yeah, right. Next thing you know, he is opening the middle console and he pulls out a brown paper bag with 2 huge beer cans in it. What the? He proceeds to drink his beer. And it dawns on me. This is why he asked me what I wanted to drink. Holy shit. Is this the dive bar for our date? His car. I have realized that I am on a date in the Best Buy parking lot in a car watching a moron drink a can of beer out of a brown paper bag. I know. I should have just left right there, but I was in shock and awe that this was even happening. How do women have the balls to leave? Where did mine go? I can relate to this girl. Like,
I can totally relate to that. I think we all can. When they show up and they look nothing like the picture, and I mean, guys can relate to this too. Like, you think you're talking to one person, and their pictures were probably from like 15 years ago.
yeah.
And old Bessie shows up, and you're like, what the fuck?
Right? Well, this story gets good. Okay, so we start talking about various things, our interests, what we're doing in our lives, and he starts talking about his ex-girlfriend / baby mama. How she doesn't work, he supports her, he lost his house to her, blah, blah, blah. How she is a bad mom, bullshit. Then I start getting the feeling that they are not actually broken up. And then I think they might just be married. I think this motherfucker is married. This would also explain why he is not taking me to the local favorite dive bar that he asked me to after all, because people would know him there. But what is confusing is why he suggested it in the first place. He could have just come towards me in my area, then he would have not been known. Wait, then no one would have known who he was. All right.
You have to spend money, gas money,
Right.
grease
So-
money.
So
I
she,
mean, what did he bring? Like an old 40, like old E.
I don't know. She says they were huge cans. So, oh my God.
Oh my God.
So now he has finished his first beer. He gets out of the car and proceeds to pee on his car tire. Yes, that is exactly what I said. He peed on his tire right in front of me. I have never been so entertained in my life. I think I can't leave now. He's giving me some monumental shit to tell all of my friends. He gets back into the car, opens the last beer, and starts right back up again about how women should shut up or shut their mouths and listen to the men. He fucking lied about what he looked like in his pictures, how tall he was, what shape he was in. In general, he lied about who he was, and more importantly, he could actually be married. As far as I'm concerned, he conned me. I really related to your episode with Bettina, and she is my spirit animal for surviving what she has gone through, and she inspired me to tell you my story. But I digress. Oh my God, there's more. So,
There can't be more.
yep. She said, so here I am sitting in a parked car in the parking lot of Best Buy on a date with a man who was bitching about his ex-girlfriend / baby mama and saying she should shut up and do what he says. He has now gotten out to pee on his car tire again. I know I have to leave, but my conscience is now starting to flare up and saying, but if you leave now, he's been drinking and he's in no shape to drive and he could kill someone on the way home. I could give a flying shit about him, but I'm worried about who he could potentially hurt. It's the freaking mom and me. Oh my God. What the fuck do we make this our responsibility?
Oh my God.
So I decide to tell him to continue. So I decide to let him continue to talk so he can sober up before I leave. I'm seriously embarrassed about how long it took me to get up the nerve to leave. I do finally say I have to go. I think he might be sober enough now, since it's somewhere between 2.5 and 3 hours later. What the fuck? Then he has the balls to ask me if he can kiss me goodnight. I say some song and dance about how I don't kiss on the first date, etc., etc. So I say no to his kissing me, but I do let him hug me goodbye. I couldn't get out of there fast enough. All the way home, I kept thinking, what is wrong with me that I allowed this to happen? Now, fast forward 3 days later, he texts me. He says, and I'm quoting, I had a great time. You are so wonderful. I love talking to you. How soon can I see you again?
Yeah, book an appointment with your therapist.
Yep. She says, now I see how each person can have a totally different perspective on what a date is like. So many times I think the date was awesome and then he never calls again. Or in this instance, it was a total disaster and yet he thinks it was the best date ever. So I can't resist. I text him back. I say, are you kidding me? You thought it was a great date? Do you always take your first dates to a Best Bar? God damn it. Do you always take your first dates to a Best Buy parking lot and proceed to get drunk on your car, pee on your tires, and then complain about your ex? Do you have any respect for women at all? If you can't afford to take someone on a date, then take her for a walk on a beach. Do not sit in a parking lot in a car and then whip out beer from a brown paper bag and pee all over everything. He texted back.
Shut up.
He says, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize. Can I make it up to you?
What do you mean I didn't realize?
What didn't he realize?
What is
She says,
in your barn that you were born in?
right? She says, I texted a resounding no and then blocked him. Thanks for reading my story and looking forward to future episodes. Here's to finding the right guy. Cheers, Lex. There you go. What the actual fuck?
Holy
What the
shit.
actual shit? That is some crazy talk. So, yeah. You have another one, Gab?
I've got a smaller one.
Okay.
It says, met a guy from online for coffee. Shortest date ever, like half hour. He tells me he recently bought a new house for his ex-wife because he wants a nice place for his kids. Not feeling it whatsoever. I tell him I have to leave to go pick up my kids and excuse myself to go to the bathroom before I left. He said he'd wait. I come back out and he was like, I was like, where did he go? Dude is outside smoking in the rain. I think to myself, what the fuck? Because he said he was a non-smoker. I said goodbye and left. He later texted saying he'd like to take me out on a real nice date. So instead of ghosting, I was honest. I'm sorry, but smoking is a deal breaker for me. To which he responds, good news. I just got the patch. He goes, oh no. I did not go out with him again.
Good news. Newsflash. I got the patch. What the hell?
Oh my God.
Oh my God. I don't get it.
You know, it's just like, be honest.
Yeah.
Like for example, like men who lie about their height. Like if you're gonna make a date with me, you want to see me, I'm gonna figure it out that you're not 6'2", that you're 5'8". Right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make me an asshole if I go, what the fuck?
Right. I mean, that happened to me. A guy told me he was 5'10", and he asked to see me. And I said, well, I can't tonight because I'm going out with my girlfriends and going dancing. And he said, well, no, meet me before. I'll take you to dinner. We'll have drinks and then you can go out with your girlfriends. And I said, well, I'm dressing up, for the club. So, and he's like, yeah, I'll take you to this Mexican restaurant. And he meets me there and he's 5'6", and I have 3-inch platform heels on because I'm going out and I'm 5'7". So now I'm 5'10" and he's 5'6". And I towered over him and it was the worst day. And he leaped up to give me a kiss. And I was like, I just kind of like, I know. I just like blocked him with my hand. He hit his forehead on my hand. And I was like, nope, don't kiss on the first date. We all know that's a bunch of bullshit. So, yeah, fun times. There's so many stories like that. It's incredible.
It's just like, look, just be honest. Do you smoke? Like, and just like, that story that I had about the guy that didn't want kids. Well, he told me he wanted, just with the right person and all that shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, just be honest. Like, I mean, if you're serious about wanting to really find your person, I'm going to figure it out anyway.
Do you know what I think it is? I just had a thought when you were talking about that. I thought maybe it's not about being honest with us. Maybe it's about being honest with themselves. Maybe they can't be honest with themselves. Maybe they are delusional and actually think this is not a big deal. Once she meets me, she'll just like me so much it won't matter that I'm 4 inches shorter than her. Or maybe she won't be that deal breaker with the no smoking or whatever. Or that, you missed one of my stories that I read. One of the listener stories said that he fell in love with this girl's gray, gorgeous eyes, and she shows up to the date and she's not even the person. And she turns out she was using Snapchat filters for every single picture. So that's a lie, people. That's a lie. She can't be honest with herself. So she thinks, and a lot of women think this. They think that, oh, well, if he just meets me and knows what a great girl I am, that he can overlook it. And it just doesn't work that way.
No, because you don't want to be deceived. If they don't want to be deceived, you don't want to be deceived. a guy that I dated, like, you know, he had all these pictures. He was fit, no facial hair, and then I show up and he like looks like he's 9 months pregnant, and fucking has like a fucking like backwoodsman like.
He's Grizzly Adams.
Beard that you could braid from like the Tipsy Tops or like the Doobie Brothers, whatever the fuck they're called.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like the crazy ass beard. And I'm like, I don't want to be a dick, but like,
yeah,
who the fuck is in front of me right now?
yeah. I don't know.
Like, guys don't want to have like look at pictures of like a beautiful like slender woman and then show up and like it looks like the chick ate the girl.
Well, I tell all my dates before I meet them, you know, my pictures are all current. They are all real. I have a booty and I am curvy, and I need you to understand that I am curvy. And every one of them say, yeah. That's why I picked you, because, you know, you're curvy and I like that. But there's been a time or two that a guy goes, oh yeah, well, you're not quite. And I'm like, bullshit. My pictures are not filtered. My pictures are not fake. It's, you know, I'm completely upfront in the beginning that I'm curvy. If you can't handle that, then dick off. I don't know what you thought was going to come through the door, but you know, whatever. But then again, that's from a guy who's got like you said, a beer gut, and they're 9 months pregnant. So, and he's 4 inches shorter than me. So what are you going to do?
I know that our listeners totally like, you know, can relate. I mean, and I bet that's happened on both sides of the aisle. Like,
Of course.
The pictures that, like, you know, maybe like, you know, kind of like those filters that girls like to use. Like, I was guilty of that. I had filters on my shit, but like, I always thought, damn, you look better in person, because you know what, motherfuckers, I am.
Yeah, I look better in person, thank God. Otherwise, you know, I'd be devastated if they were like, oh, well, your pictures are really good, but you look like dog shit. So hopefully I never get that.
You have the really hot ones that like are super hot in front of you, but then can't fucking hold the conversations to save their life.
Right. Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, so I have another one here.
Well, we have, do you think it'll be under a minute?
Yes.
Cool, perfect.
Spoke with the guy online, checked every box, except he was my height. But okay, he loved animals, same interests, values, etc. He looked good too. Go to meet him at an outside common area at a mall. He was waiting at the table. We had a nice chat. He told me he was ready to be the father of my kids. Wait, he goes, huh? They have one already, and didn't say, and didn't say I needed that. Anyway, we decided to take a walk around the mall. As soon as I stood up, I was like, there's no way he's 5'4". I could see over his head. I wanted to put a backpack on him and send him on a bus.
She was 5'4"?
She's 5'4".
And he's shorter than that?
Yep. She wanted to send him on a backpack.
That's fabulous. Oh my God. Oh my God. What is that, like Dora the Explorer? So sad. I feel bad for people.
The flying school bus. No, the magic school bus. See, I'm so smart.
I hate making fun of people, but hey, it's your fault when you're going to misrepresent yourself. Yep. You misrepresent yourself, you got yourself in a pickle. Well,
people own it.
I know, own it. I agree. Today is all about owning your shit. Well, I cannot believe the time flew. I missed you actually seeing your gorgeous face. I love that we improvised and you're on my speakerphone. Hello. I love you. But I hate to say it, but our time is up, and we will be back next week, same time, same place. But if you get a chance to send us your listener stories, you're welcome to. Please do, to our email address. And again, until then, keep it real.
If you enjoyed this episode, please share with your friends, like and follow us on Instagram at 50shades_of_bullshit and Facebook at 50shadesofbullshyt. Thanks so much for listening, and we really hope to see you again next week.